Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to all our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. There's a lot coming up. We have First Friday in a couple weeks, as well as early birds are now available for YGP's Drinks and Dreidels. It's going to be at Black Button Distillery. It's going to be amazing. So go to yjprochester.com so you don't miss out on anything. When you sit down to a meal, do you find anything like a spiritual experience in that? Do you find anything meaningful? Do you think about why you're sitting down to eat? I don't mean like when you get together with family, like this week on Thanksgiving, or a Friday night Shabbat dinner, or something religious, a holiday experience or something like that. I mean like a regular Monday morning breakfast. Do you ever think about like why you're eating, or is there something more meaningful or elevating in this experience? This week's Torah portion, Parshat Toldot, we focus very much on the life of Isaac, on Yitzchak. And God commands Isaac, one of the things he tells him is, do not leave the land of Israel. Do not go down to the land of Egypt like your father Abraham had. And Rashi, the commentary, says this is because Isaac was such a special person. He was like a perfect sacrifice. And to leave the land of Israel would be like getting a blemish. Couldn't do it. And the question is like, wait a minute, if he's so special and he's so holy, he's the last person who would be affected by the fact that Egypt was such a, disgraceful and immoral place. He would be able to handle Egypt the best. Like, why does that preclude him from going down to Egypt? To understand this, we have to look at two of our sages who lived during the times of the Talmud. And this is Shammai and Hillel, the great sages Shammai and Hillel, and their views very much clashed throughout the Talmud. One of the things that the Talmud relates is an interesting story, and that is that Shammai would eat the entire week for Shabbos. What does that mean? Is that on Sunday he would be in the marketplace and he would see a beautiful delicacy and he would buy it and then save it for Shabbos. Well, on Monday he would find a better delicacy, he would buy that one for Shabbos and then eat what he had bought on Sunday. And so every day of the week he kept finding the better and better stuff to save for Shabbos, and then he would eat what he had previously bought. Thereby he was eating the entire week for Shabbos. He had Shabbos on his mind whenever he was eating. Hillel, on the other hand, didn't worry about Shabbos. When Shabbos would come, when Friday would come, we'll make a beautiful meal for Shabbos. Monday, I find something beautiful to eat, I'm eating it for Monday. He didn't have Shabbos on his mind the whole week. Now, this just seems like maybe interesting, maybe slightly weird eating habits of our sages. Why does the Talmud relate this? Well, the truth is, Kabbalah tells us this was very much in line with Shammai and Hillel's viewpoint, worldview, as well as way of serving God. Shammai, Kabbalah tells us, came from the world, his soul came from the world of Gvura, which is severity, restraint. He had a very perfectionist way of looking at things. He was very exacting. And therefore on Shabbos, when there was this atmosphere of a revealed spirituality, that's when eating was a mitzvah. I can serve God when I eat on Shabbos. But on a Monday, how can I elevate my eating on a Monday? Like, what's so special about that? God's on Shabbos. What am I going to, where is he on a Monday? In order to elevate Monday and Tuesday, he had to connect it to Shabbos. Hillel, his soul came from the world of chesed, expansiveness, kindness, giving. God was as present on Monday as he was on Tuesday and Wednesday. Was God more present? Was he more revealed? Could you serve him better on Shabbos? Yeah, perhaps. But a Monday breakfast, Tuesday lunch, you could serve God as well. You don't have to wait for Shabbos for that. And this too is the difference between Isaac and Abraham. Abraham was able to go down to Egypt without it affecting him because he too came from the world of chesed, expansiveness. Was it easier to serve God in the land of Israel? Yes. Would it be harder in Egypt? Yes. Could he still serve God in Egypt? Yes. Isaac, on the other hand, was this perfectionist. He came from Gvura, like Shammai. He had a perfectionist view and a very stringent view. For him, Egypt would have been too hard. He needed to be in a place where he felt that godliness in a revealed way. So where does this leave us? Well, we have to ask ourselves, are we more like Shammai or like Hillel? Isaac or Abraham? Do we only feel like we can serve God or connect to God when we're having, a real religious experience, when we're doing something openly Jewish, etc.? Or even in the mundane, do we find ways of elevating and serving God, of connecting to God? A Monday morning breakfast, or does it have to be only a Friday night meal? In Talmud, whenever Shammai and Hillel would argue, the law usually followed Hillel. So maybe we have to take that lesson to heart and say, if Hillel was able to find, spirituality in the mundane, let's see if we too can find whatever it is that we're doing, as mundane as it feels, God is there too. God is present there too, and it can be elevated too. Shabbat Shalom.